Let's use the Keyword Planner and AI to find the perfect combination of buyer keywords for your campaigns. Timestamps below, along with some other helpful links and resources, including a link to our Google Ads Playbook to help shortcut the research process, give you some seed keywords to start with, and of course, help you with writing your ads and actually optimizing and scaling your campaigns. Now, to kick things off with the Google Ads Keyword Planner, of course, we go back into your Google Ads account, right? So I'm in our demo account here, and I'm going to come up here to Tools and Settings, and I'm going to click on Keyword Planner. Now you have a couple of different tools up here, and you can actually see Google has this cool little tool to help us actually organize our keywords, but I'll also go through how to just use ChatGPT to have it organized as well. So we'll go ahead and click on Discover New Keywords, and you have two options here. You can start with your website. So if your website has a lot of content on it, then you could go ahead and try this. Or we could go ahead and just start with keywords. Now, the good news is that playbook linked up in the description, you can use the seed keyword formulas that are in that playbook as your seed keyword. That was not the right way to say that. You can use those keywords as seeds for your keyword research. So as you can see here, these are really simple and basic keywords. This is honestly what you can use for your first campaigns. Hopefully you have. And now you can take these keywords, come to the keyword research planner, and do a more in-depth dive into finding out some other keyword opportunities that you may have missed. And of course, I'll go ahead and start off with a couple of broad keywords. Let's say I want to promote Facebook ads, even though our agency doesn't really do much of that. So we'll go ahead and click on Get Results here. And first we'll go ahead and walk through the setup. I'm going to go ahead and X this out, and then we'll go step by step into finding the ideas. So up top here, if you want to change your search, which I don't recommend doing once you have 3 or 4 keywords in here, you don't need more than 5. We want to be really broad. You can always come in here and change which keywords you're using as your seeds, or you can go ahead and switch to a website. I'll go ahead and exit out of that. Of course, we have the options of changing which country we're looking at the keywords for. And this is mostly important when it comes to traffic data. So I'm going to click cancel. And of course, we want to make sure we're using the right language, although Google's probably figured out which language you want based upon the keywords you typed in. And then of course, we do want to make sure that we're only looking at Google results. We don't want Google and search partners, which is a rant for another day. And then of course we have our date ranges, and I'm just going to say all available because I just want to know what the average monthly searches are. And then of course here, it allows you to broaden your search, but you don't want to do that because there is such thing as being too broad. So if we are looking to find clients who want us to manage and optimize their Facebook ads, well, saying advertising, internet marketing, or something like even Facebook Pixel, that's way too broad. I mean, that has nothing really to do with someone looking for management. So it is possible to be too broad with your keywords here. So for the most part, broadening your search isn't something you'll need to do. But you can come down here to filter, and you can exclude keywords in my account or in my plan. So if you've been testing before, you can go ahead and make sure you say exclude keywords in my account. That way you're not double counting keywords. And so that does it for the basics of setting up your keyword list before you start coming up with ideas. And the next thing we're going to want to do is come over here to refine keywords and start unchecking boxes that are irrelevant to what we are offering. And so here, I'm just going to, well, we probably want to leave Shopify, but things we know are searches that have nothing to do with getting people who are looking for Facebook ads management. We'll go ahead and remove all of these branded terms. So I'll leave Facebook Business and mFacebook and Shopify and FBS because I'm not quite sure what those keywords will look like. But something like Google or Reddit, if we were running ads for people, we would do that in a completely separate campaign. So I'll just quickly come down here to service. We definitely don't want to be giving accounting. And then for these, I'll go ahead and leave them alone. Maybe I'll come back in and remove management tools. So I can go ahead and exit out of there. And now we can come in here and start to look at keywords that represent buyers. So you'll notice here that this is a new account. And because it's a new account, it's going to show a range. It's not going to show you an exact number. So when you spend some money with Google, they'll start giving you exact monthly ranges. But really, for the most part, these are estimates, and your campaign settings are going to change these so much, it's not really that important. And besides, if a keyword represents your buyer and there's only 100 searches per month, who cares? That's 100 potential buyers, right? So what you want to do now is, of course, say show rows. We're going to say 500 because we want to see way more than what they're currently showing us. And all we want to do is select keywords that represent someone looking for our product or service. And so as I scroll down here, you'll see Facebook Business Manager account or Facebook Campaign Manager. This might represent someone who's looking for someone to manage, but it also might represent someone who's just looking for software. And so we'd have to look up that keyword and see what are the search results and what are the ads that are showing up for it. And then, of course, something like Facebook Manager Billing, not a person looking to purchase services. And so to save us some time, I'll go ahead and quickly run through this list and grab all the keywords I think are related to people who are actively searching for someone to manage their ads versus just looking up some information or for software. Phew. Okay, so 10 minutes later, went through the first 500 keywords here and went ahead and just selected every keyword that I thought would be relevant to someone who's actually searching for a service. And of course, since Facebook's ad manager is called Facebook Ad Manager or Business Manager, there is a lot of keywords that has manager or management in it, but it's someone who's looking for the software or how to use Facebook, not necessarily looking for someone to help them actually manage it. So ideally, I would keep going. I would go another page and go through all 824 keywords we have here. But for time purposes, and because this is a demo, I'll just stop here. But you definitely want to scrape the bottom of the barrel. So we'll go ahead and add keywords to create a plan. And so it will be adding them to our plan. And then if you were doing this for real, then you'd go ahead and go to the next 300 some odd keywords and you'd go through the list again. And again, here you're just looking, is this someone looking to purchase a product or service that I offer, right? That's all the criteria we need for coming up with these keyword ideas. So now we can hop over to our keyword plan here and we can go ahead and give our plan a name. You can save it so you can work on multiple kind of groupings of different service keywords or product keywords that you're working on. And we'll go ahead and dismiss. Yes, all of them have been added to our plan. Now, obviously, we can't just take these keywords and throw them into whatever campaigns we have running already, right? We need to take this and actually start to organize them. Now, in the past, I would talk about, hey, let's go ahead and download this into a CSV, and then we're going to manually try and group keywords together. But Google has this cool new tool to help us take our plan and organize it into something that would actually resemble different ad groups. Because at the end of the day, we want to take these and have them in 3 to 7 tightly correlated or related groupings of keywords so we can make really targeted ads for each one of those groups. And so now that we have this list of 40 keywords, we can try to use the organized keywords and keyword being try. And of course, I take a 5-minute break and it says it's been 2 hours. Gotta love Google and some of their timing. So once we go ahead and click organize keywords, you'll need to set up a new campaign if you haven't already, because Google wants you to have a campaign in order to create this plan. Don't worry, it's not actually going to be put into your account immediately. In fact, it's actually hard to get data from here into your account for some reason. Or your page will look something like this because we already have a campaign set up. So I'll go ahead and click to select a campaign that I specifically want to add these keywords to. I'll select our demo campaign here, select maximize clicks because that's what Google wants. And then we can just continue to go through the process in order to get our keyword plan. Now, here's the issue that we keep running into. And that is that this doesn't really make a whole lot of sense. And so what they want you to do is download the plan, and you can download the CSV, but as you can see here, they've still left the majority of the keywords over here on the right-hand side. So they haven't actually organized much of anything for us. And so I'm sure that this tool will be way better by the time you're looking at this. So what I recommend instead of using Google's tool is, number one, you can come back to your saved keywords. You can download them as a CSV or to Google Sheets. I'll go ahead and download them to Google Sheets and just save to my drive and open it up. And then we have all of the keywords ready to be organized. So in the past, you'd have to manually organize these. It would take quite a bit of time. And when we're setting up new client accounts, it's one of the most time-consuming parts of the process. But now we have the power of AI, so we can go ahead and try that. So I'll go ahead and take all these. I will copy them, and I'll jump over to Jasper, which I think runs on ChatGPT, but whatever AI you like to use, I'll leave a link to Jasper in the description. It's my current favorite, and I'll ask AI to put together some ad groups for us. So I'll go ahead and tell the AI that I want them in groups of 3 to 7 based on similarities. Each group should be unique, not repeat keywords, and let it know that this is going to be used for Google Ads. Now, Jasper also has this enhanced prompt, so it can go ahead and take the information we have here and add it into it. And so I'll just go ahead and let AI run its course, and then I'll go ahead and drop in the keywords. It will do its thing, and hopefully we'll get some keywords. I am doing this live with you right now. And so now we can come back up here and we can see that it's gone ahead and grouped the keywords together. Unfortunately, it has done more than 7 per grouping of keywords here. So all you have to do when the AI does this, because it does that sometime, Facebook Ads Agency, we can just go ahead and take the keywords that are too many. Take the keywords that are too many. And apologies for the bad cut. Just didn't want to waste time have you watching me type. So what I did is I copied these keywords here and I pasted them in down here, and I told the AI to please go ahead and split them into another group. So we'll go ahead and wait for it to do its thing. And hopefully it brings it down this time. So now we have 2 good ad groups, and we'd need to keep going. And this is part of using these AI tools. So we'd come in here again and say, hey, let's cut this one in 2. But as you can see, you don't have to spend an hour or 2 going through trying to take this long list of keywords and break them into similar groupings. Now with the power of AI, we can just go ahead and say, hey, ChatGPT, hey, Jasper, whatever you're using. They all kind of use the same backend thing anyway. I think Google Bard's still a bit behind, but that's another video for another day. As you can see, it's really easy to use these tools to quickly organize your keywords. And now you can go ahead and start searching on Google to see what other ads show up to make sure that these are in fact buyer keywords. And then of course, the next step will be actually writing your ads and uploading them to your campaigns. And if you're interested to see how much it's going to cost, then we could go ahead and come over here to forecast, say all saved keywords. And then you can start playing with your bid strategy. Like let's say we're going to do manual CPC. We'll click apply. Match type will be phrase, apply. And now we can start to see, based upon the keywords that we have, how much does Google think it's going to cost? Now, these, of course, are estimates, right? I'll actually change this back to maximize clicks, click apply. And now it will tell us average CPC, it's probably going to cost us $225 a click. And so if we're spending $300 or pretty much $400 a month, we could expect to get 173 clicks. And then of course, down here, it gives you an even more detailed breakdown by keyword. I don't recommend going through this too much or obsessing it over it too much, because after a week or 2 of testing out these keywords, you're going to have much better data because it's going to be real world. And Google will actually tell you how much you need to be bidding in order to show up on page 1 or show up on the top of page 1 if you really think that's a good keyword. But you can, of course, go ahead and play with this tool to kind of see how your numbers might change, and of course gives you a much better understanding of what your budget might be. So thank you so much for watching. Sincerely hope you got some value out of this video. Most importantly, you know how to use the keyword planner. It's totally free. If you want to use an AI tool to save you a couple hours with organizing your keywords, awesome. Otherwise, you've got Google Sheets or spreadsheets, whatever you want to use, and you can manually go through creating those ad groups. And of course, the next step will be writing your ads. So link in the cards in the description to our Google Ads Playbook that walks you through not only the keyword formulas we like to use for seed keywords, but also walks you through how to actually write your ads, help you attract buyers, and hopefully eliminate some of those tire kicker clicks that gets you lots of traffic, but don't actually ever convert. So thank you for watching. Hit that like button, subscribe for more marketing guides just like this one. And until the next, keep building the business you love.